Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Oh, as a part of our Bhagavad Gita studies, now we are discussing Gita Dhyana. It is a text having only 9 shlokas. And so far we have seen 3 shlokas. In the first shloka, we took a pledge to follow Bhagavad, addressing Gita as our mother, Amba. And then we saluted Bhagavan Vedavyasa. And in the third shloka that we have seen, we saluted or we prostrated Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Now we are going to the fourth shloka. There in the third shloka, there were many sentences put together, like Prapanna Parijataya Namaha. My prostrations unto Prapanna Parijata. Totra Vetraika Panayena. Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Nama. And the final word was Gitamruta Duhe. Gitamruta Dukh means one who milked Gitamruta. Dohanam is milking, milking a cow or milking a goat or milking she buffalo, whatever it is. The process of milking, that is Dohana. So in the first shloka, we had seen that Bhagavan Sri Krishna or Bhagavan Narayana, he himself gave this piece of teaching to Arjuna. And in this third shloka, it is said, Bhagavan Krishna, who is a Prapanna Parijata and who is a Totra Vetraika Pani and who is Jnana Mudra, He drew this milk from somewhere else. Which is that milk? Gita Amrutam, the nectar of Bhagavad Gita. So hearing this, a doubt comes within our mind. I thought Bhagavan gave this advice, this teaching from his own or as his own. But now here it is stated, just like a milkman milking, he drew this nectar of Bhagavad Gita from some other source. So the natural doubt is, what is that source? From where did Bhagavan draw this? Fourth shloka is an answer to that question. Let us see that. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandanaha partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham gita amrutam mahato. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandanaha partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham gita amrutam mahato. Sarvopanishadaha gavaha dogdha gopala nandanaha parthaha vatsaha sudhihi bhokta dugdam gitamrutam mahat. It is that Bhagavan did draw this milk from somewhere else. From where? A view picture is given here. Sarvopanishadaha gava. Sarvopanishadaha means all the Upanishads. Upanishadaha means Upanishads. This is plural. Plural of Upanishad. Sarvopanishadaha means all the Upanishads are gavaha. It is a plural of go, cow. So gavaha means cows. So all the Upanishads are cows. Dogdha. Dogdha means one who is milking. Gopala Nandanaha. Gopala Nandanaha. I am not translating that now. We can see the inner meanings. Gopala Nandana. Now take as it is, Gopala Nandana. Parthaha, the son of Pritha. Pritha is Kunti. So son of Kunti here, Arjuna. Parthaha, Vatsaha, the calf. Sudhihi, one who is having a pure intellect, a pure mind. Bhokta, one who is drinking, one who is eating. We can roughly say one who is consumed. Enjoy. But Dugdam, milk, the milk, Gita Amrutam, the nectar of Gita. Mahad, great. So what is the meaning of this shloka? See, Sarvopanishadaha Gava. If somebody is saying, Upanishad go, Upanishad is a cow, then a question won't come how many cows are there, because it is singular. But here it is plural. So when here this Sarvopanishadaha Gavaha, naturally a question comes. How many cows are there? As per the rules of Samskrita Vyakarana, there are more than two. More than two. Three or more cows are there. So this question is there, how many cows? Then we must remember these are not cows. These are Upanishads. Upanishadaha Gava. Assume all the Upanishads to be cows. They are in the form of cows. What is Upanishad? See? The very base or very root of Sanatana Dharma is Veda. Veda is the very base on which Sanatana Dharma is it, or stay. And of course, there are many other Shastras. There are Itihasas and Puranas. There are Dharma Shastras. There are Tantra Shastras, Mantra Shastras. Many Shastras are there. But the very foundation is Veda. And the final message of Veda, the conclusion in which Vedas are arriving, it is called Vedanta, the end of Veda. That is the final word of Veda, the final message of Veda. That's why it's called Vedanta, the end of Veda. By the term Vedanta, we are meaning Upanishads. There are Samhitas, there are Brahmanas, and of course there are Aranyakas, and there are Upanishads. All these are parts of Veda, integral part of Veda. And the final part is Upanishad. So here, all the Upanishads have taken the form of cow. So many cows are there, the Upanishad cows. Then some may ask a question. Oh, Swami, you said Vedanta is the end of Veda. That's all right. But what's the meaning of Upanishads? The very basic meaning or the primary meaning is a teaching which is giving or that which is given in privacy, a private teaching. It is not to be published to each and every one in the world. Those who are in quest of the highest knowledge, and having that inner thirst to know, to them Upanishads are taught. But there are more meaningful meanings. Like the highest knowledge, that knowledge which will dispel the darkness forever. When we realize that, the knowledge that takes us to the ultimate goal in this life, the knowledge that burns all the bondages. So all these meanings are. See, the term Upanishad comes from the root dhatu, shadla, visharana gati avasadhaneshu. That is the dhatu. And the prefix upa means near. The prefix upa means near. And when we add the suffix gaj with that, or kip with that, there is a pratyaya, kip. So when we add this kip to upa plus shad, then it becomes Upanishad. Upa plus shad plus kip. That is Upanishad. I'm not going to the Vyakarana steps. So that knowledge, when we realize it that much near, that is within us, when we realize that within us, then it will take us to Shadula. One meaning of Shadula is Gati, that is the verbal meaning of Gati is traveling. Here that means it will take us to the final destination, goal in this life. Then another meaning is Visharanam. Visharanam is end, death. Distraction. So many meanings. So then the meaning of Upanishad will be that knowledge which will distract the ignorance forever. And when we take the Shadula Dhatu as to mean avasadhanam, the meaning of avasadhanam is disintegration. Disintegration. So all the bondages of karma or of ignorance, they disintegrate. So that highest knowledge is called Upanishad. So just have a picture with Sarvopanishadaha Gava. All the Upanishads have taken the form of cows. How many cows? The answer is, as per Muktikopanishad, there were one Upanishad each for all the branches of Veda. So how many Upanishads were there? As many Upanishads as the number of branches. So how many branches were there? As per the Muktikopanishad, there were 21 branches for Rigveda, 109 branches for Yajurveda, 1000 branches for Samaveda, and 50 branches for Atharvaveda. Rigvedasya tu shakhasyuh ekavimshati sankhyakaa navadhika shatam shakha yajusho marutatmaja sahasra sankhya jata शाखासाम्नः पदन्तप अधर्वणस्य तु शाखा स्युः पंचाशद्भेदतो हरे. So says Muktikopanishad. So in total, 21 plus 109 plus 1000 plus 50 equals 1180. So much shakhas were there. Shakha means branch. But as per the Mahabhashya of Bhagavan Patanjali, there were 1129 branches for the Vedas. So there's a difference of some 59 branches. Let it be. However, there were more than 1100 branches. So there were 1100 and odd cows. Just to see on a ground, on a barren land, 1180 cows are standing. All these are Upanishads. And Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha. There is only one man to cow them all, milk them all. Only one man. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Because he is Gopalananda. He's an expert in carrying cows, milking cows. That's why he's called Gopalananda. Earlier, I had this doubt with it. Can a man milk this much number of cows? How it is possible? Because in the village where I spent my childhood, I had seen many people complaining. I have this pain, I have that pain, I cannot milk this cow anymore. There they may be looking after 2 or 3 cows. Even then, they are feeling not comfortable with that. Then how a man can milk 1104 cows? This was my doubt. This doubt we cannot ask to scholars or teachers. They will laugh at you. This is not a question which will stand in the Shastra discussion. So we have to keep mum. So one day, it was in 1988, I was in the Gujarat Madhavananda Ashram. In those days, the land around the ashram were all barren lands, no building, nothing. And there was one house in front and on the side of the ashram, no other houses there. All the land in the front of the ashram was barren. So in those days, many people used to bring many cows, and cows will be grazing. See, in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and such other western and northern Bharat, there are many people who are looking after cows. They will move from one place to another along with the herd of cows. In Gujarati, they are called rabaris. So there was such a group camping there in that ground. Many cows were, hundreds. They'll be moving from place to place. Even now they are like that. And there are, of course, many rabaris settled at one place. And there are many who are moving. They will sell their milk products to the society wherever they go. There are such systems even now. They are well paid. So in those days, it was a common sight in this. So I saw it was noon time. All the Rabaris elders were resting under some trees, some shades, and cows were taking rest here and there. Then I saw a wonderful sight. A small boy, a child, not a boy, a child, was moving towards a cow slowly and catching the back legs of the cow. He stood. The cow was looking with all love. There was a piece of bread in his hand, and he, with his mouth, he was drinking milk from that cow, and cow was giving him milk. And in between, he will eat this piece of bread also. It was wonderful sight. Standing, holding the back leg of that cow, see a gear, big cow. I was looking at this sight with all wonder. What has happened? Then I got the answer. If this child, at the age of 1.5 or 2 years, is drawing milk from a cow, when he becomes elder, he will milk 1,180 cows, because he is Gopala Nandana, son of Gopala, son of Gopala. They are Gopalas, who are experts in carrying these goats. So that query was answered. But then comes another problem. That is cow. Here it is not cow. This is only an assumption. Here the cows are Upanishads. Then the reply is, here it is Gopalanandana. Who is Gopalanandana? The first meaning we have taken is Gopalasya Nandana, the son of Gopala. But now Gopalascha Asau Nandanascha idi Gopalanandana. One who is Gopala and simultaneously Nandana, he is Gopala. Then who is a Gopala? Gopala is one who is protecting the goats. Gam palayati the Gopala. One who is protecting the cow is Gopala. And what's the meaning of go? You must not translate go as cow immediately. No, go. There are many meanings. Of course, one is cow. Another is senses of cognition, knowledge. Then rays of light, earth, Veda, earth, Veda, knowledge. So many meanings are. So one who is protecting the Vedas, one who is protecting the earth, one who is protecting the knowledge, one who is protecting the rays of the sun as Narayana, one who is protecting cows, one who is protecting all our senses is Gopala. So Ishvara is Gopala, Paramatma is Gopala. And he is Nandana also. Who is a Nandana? Earlier we have seen the meaning son. Now we are saying one who is giving the bliss. He is Nandana. Nandayati the Nandana. One who is giving the bliss. What is that bliss? The bliss of knowledge. So Gopala Nandana is one who is protecting Veda, knowledge, earth, sense organs, cows, and of course rays of sun, and who is giving the ultimate bliss to all. That Parameshwara, Paramatma is Gopala. From him only all these Vedas manifested, and so he can draw the essence of Vedas. So that is what happened. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandanaha partho vatsaha. See, Arjuna is the calf. If it was said, Sarvopanishadaha gavaha partho vatsaha. That is, all the Upanishads are cows and Arjuna is the calf. Then it would mean Arjuna will get all the milk. He will drink. But here in between, there is another person. And he is the cow, the man who is milking those cows. Then what is the meaning? A calf never asks a cowman, one who is milking, please give me milk. No. It will run to her mother and will drink the milk. When there is a man in between, the meaning is the cow will not get milk. Then why there is a cow? Just to draw that milk from the cow. The man is not drawing the milk for the cow. He is drawing that to distribute to others. The calf will not get. This we have to keep in mind. Because somebody may ask, what are you doing? What's the program now? We are getting ready to attend the Bhagavad Gita class. So we are going for it. Then immediately some comments may come. What nonsense is this? I thought you are an intelligent man. But you are going to learn Bhagavad Gita. What is the use in studying Bhagavad Gita? Even the Arjuna who heard directly from Bhagavan Sri Krishna didn't get the knowledge. Even after hearing Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was an ignorant man. The two from directly hearing Bhagavan. Even after hearing directly from Bhagavan, Arjuna remained an ignorant man. Then how you can have the knowledge when you hear from somebody else? That too after 5,000 years. 5,149 years. What nonsense is this? The reply is, Arjuna didn't get the milk. Then for whom Bhagavan is drawing all this milk? Sudhir Bhokta. Those who are with pure intelligence, pure mind, pure intellect. Sudhi. That is the quality we must have with it to get this nectar of Bhagavad Gita. It is for them Bhagavan is drawing this milk. Sudhir Bhokta. So let us pray for that. Dhiyo yo na prachodaya. Let us have pure intellect so that we can have the inner meaning of Bhagavad Gita. If we don't have this pure intellect, we can read, we can even teach others Bhagavad Gita, but we will not get that nectar. So the only thing we must have is pure mind. Sudhi. Those who have this, they are the consumers. They will get. For them, Bhagavan is collecting. And he will distribute to those who are Sudhis. And what is this milk? Dugdam Gidamrutam. The nectar of Bhagavad Gita, that is the milk. So these two shlokas, that is the third and the fourth, we must take together, and then we will get a clear picture of Bhagavad Gita. Prapanna parijataya totra vetraika panaye jnana mudraya krishnaya Gitamrita duhe namaha sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopala nandanaha partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham gitamritam mahat. The next fifth shloka we can take in our next sitting. So if there is anything to be asked, you can ask. If I know the reply.
Namaste Swamiji, there is a question. We consider Vedas are Apaurisheya or even Anadi. The question is, are Vedas stagnant as the human or the mankind is improving, at least in terms of intellectual quotients or emotional conscience, like Flynn effect, which observes IQs and EQs are getting improved generation after generation, how it implies that Vedas adaptability and a room for improvement? Or are we saying that Vedas are the highest point or a pinnacle which a conceptual and experiential level human being can accomplish? Or there is nothing to do with any developments after generation or generation? That's the question. So.
See the greatness of Veda. It is Saraswati, always flowing, never stagnant. That self-adaptability is there within the Vedas. Mantras will remain the same. You need not go and alter those mantras. Mantras are the same. But when that Saraswati Veda flows through different countries, different places, and we can say different times, we can get treasures from Veda according to our own time and climate. There is no doubt in that. So the very basic revelations which are there in Vedas, they won't change. They need not be changed. But from time to time, newer and newer commentaries are coming. Newer and newer visions we are getting from the same source. From the same source. And there are other Shastras through which we have to dive deep into Vedas. Those are Vedantas. And if we are well equipped with the knowledge of Vedantas, we can go deeper and deeper. We do not know when all these oceans came into existence. But 100 years back, the ocean was the same. 1,000 years back, the ocean was the same. And 1,000,000 years back, the ocean was the same. Don't come and say global temperature hike and all. Ocean was the same. How deep you can go? Say, for example, 100 years back, you cannot imagine a man going deep down up to a certain limit. But now with the help of so many equipments and the technological support, you can go deep, not into the bottom. We cannot survive now, the pressure. But of course, in near future, we will go there also. Ocean is the same. But we can get more and more treasures from it. In the same way, Vedas are the same. How deep you can dive, that much knowledge you can get. That Being the same is not a limitation in the case of Vedas. Sun is the same. Sun is the same. We used to draw energy from sun 1,000 years back, 100 years back, and even now. And our skin got that energy and converted it into vitamin D. It was that before 1,000 years, before 100 years, and before even now. But now we are making use of sunlight for many other purposes with the development of technology. We are drawing electricity from that. Many equipments we are running with the solar energy. And in future, many inventions will come. Sun being the same. So that basic thing is there, Veda. As our vision widens, we can draw from that more and more. It never means it is stagnant. It is most vibrant, but unchangeable. Need not be changed. But as the change in our vision, so newer and newer meanings we will get from that. That is the fact. That is the fact. There is no doubt in it. And with the help of Itihasas and Puranas, our Acharyas tried to explain Vedas. And Puranas, after Puranas, many generations wrote many things based on Puranas and based on Itihasas. That is still going on and on. So this is everlasting source of knowledge. All other Shastras will flourish, will grow, will spread, but the base, that is Veda, will remain the same. And that never create or cause limitation. It is not stagnation. It is the sameness as the sun. It is the sameness as the ocean. Have that picture with it. Namaste.
Namaste, Sangeet. Thank you. And next question is from Narayanji. Narayanji, please unmute yourself and ask.
Swamiji, namaskar.
Namaste. Namaste.
My question is with respect to the last verse in Bhagavad Gita. It says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bodhra Dhruvanidir Madir Mama. So the meaning which I understood as far as I am concerned is wherever there is a Krishna in the Yogeshwara Bhava and wherever there is an Arjuna who is doing his duty, Arjuna with his Dhanus, then there he will have all his prosperity. Now I am connecting this last shloka with an incident narrated in Bhagavad that after Krishna went to Madhura and Arjuna came back alone. When he comes back, he looks very sad, very dull. He says, my Gandiva, whenever Krishna was with me, I used to win all the battles with this Gandiva. Now this Gandiva has become useless. I am unable to use that. He has gone to such a sad state of mind. Now my question is this. So when we compare both these things together, what I understand is that the last verse of Bhagavad Gita says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bodhir Dhruvanidir Madir Mama. So whenever there is a, the God, Krishna in the Yogeshwara Bhava is there with the person who is dutiful, he will win. So my question is whether this last verse is speaking about the luck of a person. So if when whatever you do, without the grace of God, you cannot win anything. So does it mean that it depends upon your victory on something depends upon the luck in the sense grace of God? Does it does this shloka has such a meaning? This is my question.
See, Bhagavad Gita is the not only the summary, but it is the essence of the essence, again, of the Vedas. And even though Bhagavan taught this to Arjuna, the best listener of Bhagavad Gita was not Arjuna. Arjuna heard this and he had the benefit also. But the best listener of Bhagavad Gita was Sanjaya. He was a man of balanced mind and intellect, truthful to the backbone, a great personality he was, righteous, great. Yes, he was a man of all the greatness within him. So he heard this. And after hearing this Bhagavad Gita fully from Bhagavan, Sanjaya was immersed in bliss. How lucky I am. I heard this teaching directly from Bhagavan. Saying all those things. It was he who gave the final message of Bhagavad Gita. And that is this verse, which is the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri, Tatra Vijayaha, Tatra Bhutihi, Tatra Dhruva Nitihi, Iti Mama Matihi. Mama Matihi, this is my opinion. This is my firm determination. This is my knowledge. This is my conviction. What is that? Yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishna. Where there is Krishna, who is Yogeshwara, and Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, where there is Partha, Arjuna, who is holding his bow in hand, there, it is there. Shri, all the prosperities, Vijayaha, victory, Bhutihi, all greatness, and Dhruva Nitihi, Dhruva Nitihi, eternal justice. So this shloka, it is pregnant with inner meanings. As you see, so you can draw meaning from this. The first And the most important meaning is we are speaking in this world about the welfare state. All the democracies, all the countries are speaking of welfare state. What are the qualities of welfare state? These four are the qualities of welfare state. When nation is welfare state, there will be eternal justice, there will be prosperity, there will be victory in all the fields, social, in the field of sports, in the field of arts, all the fields. And there will be greatness. The highest values will rule everywhere. So this welfare state, where it is possible, how it is possible, where there are these two factors. One is Yogeshwaraha Krishnaha, the other is Dhanurdharaha Partha. There are many, many faces of Krishna. The cowherd, one who is playing with all the gopis, one who is milking the cows, one who is holding the Govardhana, one who is killing many, many demonic kings. Many aspects, many faces of Krishna are there. But here, the Krishna is Yogeshwara, the Ishwara, the master of all the yogas. Who is that? He is the very personification of knowledge. Very personification of knowledge. Brahma Tejaha. The luster of knowledge. He must be there. Then there will be no welfare state. Then along with him, there must be Partha, Arjuna, not the crying Arjuna, not the despondent Arjuna. But the Arjuna who is holding the bow with weapons, fully armed Arjuna, who is ready to fight, ready to work, as per the teachings of Bhagavad. He is the power of Kshatriya. He is the power of a warrior. Kshatra Vidya. Where these two are together, united, unified, knowledge and power. The wealth of wisdom, the power of muscles. Both these together. Knowledge and the power. There only a welfare state will happen. And see, in the Upanishads, there is a mantra. Brahmacha Kshatramcha Ubhe Bhavata Odana. So in the commentary to that mantra, Bhagavan Bhashyakara Shankaracharya writes, these two forces, Brahma and Kshatriya, are holding the world together. So to hold the world together, these two forces must be together. These are inevitable. So in this line you can think. Now coming to your question, as long as Bhagavan was living in the body he took in this world, so long Arjuna was powerful, Arjuna's Gandiva was strong enough to kill anybody. But when Bhagavan disappeared from his mortal body, Bhagavan, along with all Yadavas, went to Prabhasa from Dwaraka. And staying there, they fought in between. In the intoxication of liquor, they fight in between. Died one after another. From a distant place, Bhagavan looked all this drama. And finally, he also renounced his body. And after that, as per the message given by Bhagavan, Arjuna came to Dwaraka. And hearing the news of Bhagavan and other parties sojourn to Prabhasa, he went there and saw Bhagavan is no more in his mortal body. And then he realized his Gandiva has become meaningless, powerless. Now he can do nothing. This is explained in Mahabharata, this is explained in Bhagavata. Some differences are there. Now, the meaning, of course, as you said, as long as there is grace, so long you can work and win. When there is no such grace with you, you can work, but you will not win. Of course, that is one meaning. To work, to fight, there must be the knowledge part with you. When that knowledge part is not there, the physical might is of no use. The physical might is of no use. It is meaningless. It is just like void. That happened with Arjuna. He couldn't protect those ladies whom he was supposed to protect. Arjuna, the great Arjuna. Because when that part is not there, that knowledge part is not there, that wisdom is not there, our physical power, it won't work. So Arjuna realized it. And of course, as you said, That meaning also we can accept. We can work and win only as long as we have that grace with us. But then naturally question will come how you will get that grace. There the reply is work. If it is something that is coming from unknown world, from some unknown devatas, then there is no meaning in shastras, no meaning in gurus, no meaning in sadhanas, because it is something which will come from nothingness. That is not acceptable. To tap that grace, which is already there, we have to do good deeds. So through good deeds, we can tap that. When that is there, our life will be successful. So the teachings of Gita, verses of Gita are that much meaningful, pregnant with inner meanings, gone, ruminating. That much inner meanings we will get. Namaste. Now we will continue in our next satsang. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.